Tom, it's good to see you today.
Good to see you, Brad. A pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Tom, the triple net sector has been evolved into a very broadly recognized industry. A lot of consolidation in the space, a lot of noise. What's going on in the industry today in terms of all the activity we're seeing?
Well, I think if you look back over the last 10 to 20 years, the performance in triple net has been outstanding. Not only during the good times, but during the little tougher times in the economy, triple net has held up because of the long-term leases. That performance has caused capital to come into the business, so there are a lot of new players coming to triple net and an opportunity for mergers and acquisitions, which we took advantage of, as you know, and I think it's really getting its due, all based on performance.
Well, I know a lot of these non-traded, non-listed REITs are having to acquire a lot of properties, but are you going to acquire that many this year? Is that something that you have to do every year?
Well, you know, we're a public company like most public companies, and there are no fees charged. We're employees, and we do this for the shareholders. So the only time to buy property is when the rents from that property under the long-term leases is greater than your cost of capital to buy the properties, and that creates new earnings. Now, there's another business model where if you're really buying things and you're paid a fee to buy them, there's an incentive to buy a lot. We don't have that incentive. If it doesn't make a profit above and beyond the capital that we put into it, then it doesn't make sense to buy it. And when we can buy that way, we buy a lot. And when we can't, we don't buy anything. Turns out right now the spreads are the highest they've ever been before the rents that we can collect off these acquisitions and the capital cost to get there. So it's a very good time to buy, but that period could end, and then we'll quit allocating capital into the assets for a year or two and manage the portfolio.
Sure. Now, you've come a long way since the first Taco Bell. Now you've got over 3,500 individual properties, I believe in 49 states still.
Correct.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that diversification. Obviously, you got more than one Taco Bell now.
We do. It's 3,520 properties, as you said, in 49 states. They're leased out to 150 different corporations in the United States, most of which the people watching would know the names of, in 49 different industries. And it really ranges from movie theater companies like Regal and AMC, where we'll buy the buildings from them, lease them back. So you may go to see a movie there. It may say AMC, but we'll be the owner. And also properties operated by FedEx, Procter Gamble, General Electric, and we still do have a few Taco Bell sitting around. But there's 150 different U.S. corporations, most large that people would know the names that are in the portfolio. It's very diverse and also very diverse geographically, where we don't have huge concentrations in any one state. We do that because the purpose of the company is to pay dividends, and the shareholders who look for those dividends in their retirement really want to make sure that the revenue that generates those dividends is broad-based. So if something happened to any one tenant or any one state, we'd still do very well because of the diversification in the portfolio.
Well, maybe you answered my next question, which was your occupancy. I believe you've never dropped below 96% occupancy. Is that the reason?
It is the reason, and it's half the reason. The other reason is very careful underwriting. You know, we're going to own these assets for many years. You're relying on a long-term lease payment, so you want to make sure you look at the credit of the company you're dealing with, the industry that they're in, and the management of the company, the same way you would if you were a research analyst on Wall Street or one of the credit rating agencies. You then want to look at the real estate that you own and make sure you paid the right price. It's in a good place. People can get in, out of it, traffic flows, other things that would draw traffic. And then finally, how important is that real estate to the tenant? So he'll be there a long time, and that is a major driver of why occupancy's never gone below 96% in 44 years, and today is in the high 97% range, and it's been very, very stable.